Media.
Welcome to
Pull Up
Podcast.
I'm just waiting for my co-host to join me that had better things to do.
Okay, that was messed up.
Scott,
Yes.
Scotty's been talking about health for the past 5 minutes.
Sorry
and
we're
also
late.
a way to diabolically go after me on the show. Thank you, Brandon, for tuning in.
Man.
I'm
What's
your
up,
host,
Brandon?
Drake Melhot. This is
Dustin.
I think we're just out with Scotty today, but thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to Lisa Narin, aka Mom Money.
Yes.
Thank you to US 19 Glue Factory.
Where quality sticks.
And thank you to Together Forward for the studio. Thank you, Monica May Photography. And thank you, Wild Paradise Apparel.
Yes.
And since Scotty ain't here and he keeps adding this stupid stuff to the set, I can get rid of some of it.
Yep. We got bad news about Scotty. We had to let him go.
Yeah, we had to let him go.
He was the highest paid, so now Keaton is, so we're just going to, it's low budget.
Overhead's tough right now.
It's really tough,
Yes.
and that QR code expires in less than 20 minutes. So
Because we can't afford
That's
it.
the free trial, so scan it now.
Yeah, please scan. We need 1,000 likes.
Please.
And followers is what the goal and what we're trying to get to.
Come on. We have a disgruntled.
But now it's time for... Oh, thank you. You ever have somebody that was let go and they show up to the job site?
They've like forgot that they got
the memo. I did not get the memo.
Crap, dude.
Okay.
I've had that happen before. Just so we're clear. Guy got fired, did not read his text message, his phone
Showed
call,
up.
his
Hey,
emails.
shit.
That's
No,
all.
they didn't read anything. And they didn't answer the call. They didn't call back. They didn't show up to the appointment to get fired. They just showed up to the job to work.
That is awkward.
And they were fired.
Did you have to go open? I gotta share this. I never shared it.
Wait a minute. Can I tell this right quick?
Please.
I had an employee.
That's so dirty.
It's a long time ago. I had a supervisor that borrowed money to buy drugs from the guy he was borrowing money from, only to fire him the next day and not pay him back. And the guy showed up on the job site smoking a blunt, walking down the center of the condos that we were doing that day.
Oh my god.
Yelling and screaming. And I just did not how to. I didn't know how to get out of the situation. I said, "Oh my God, I'm gonna get fired from here." Here's
Yeah.
what I did.
What'd
Their
you do?
two are going at. I said, "Dude, I want to help you right now. I want to hear your side of the story. But this is just not how we
Yeah.
do this. If you continue, I'm gonna have to mail you your check. That's
Ah,
it.
nail it.
Mail the check. You could take 3 days to get it. Might mail it on Monday because it's Friday, so you might get it on next 3 days.
Yep.
You know, so
No doubt about it. I
that
love
helped. But I had no line of defense. And
Good for
We've
you.
all had things like that happen, but that was
10K a month. He was affected. I was terrified. We were at a condos that was just the condos already had issues.
Yeah.
You know how those condo
Yeah.
people are, but
Yeah.
Ugh.
yo, my brain was
Yeah, I know
just
how we
spent.
are.
How do I get out of this?
Dang, dude.
Y'all ever had something like that?
That
Yeah.
was my favorite move, the mail the check. So if at Lily's in particular, if you quit like abruptly, I would wait until your direct deposit the day it was supposed to hit, and I would send out a text and say put your check in the mail this morning when they were expecting their pay on
Oh
Friday.
yeah.
I would wait till direct deposit day, and they'd
Well,
be so shitty.
we paid by a card, so all their
Oh,
paycheck went to a card, so we would never see them on
okay.
payday.
Well, one time I
Ah,
tried to fire this guy, and Howard talked me into not firing him.
Oh,
And the guy 2 months later sued me and not even the company, so I had to go to
you
court.
personally?
Yeah, learn my lesson there. Do not listen to Howard.
Damn.
Guy needed to go. We didn't get him too many chances. I'm sure my coach would get on to me about the way I coached him because it could have been better back then. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Live and learn.
Scotty, we got to get on to.
yeah, let's move it on. So
Please.
You know what time of the day it is?
it is.
Why you do that?
So
Why you take over
Go
that? I
ahead.
gotta make one wrong.
yeah, go ahead. So I named today. It's named today time, y'all. So I named
Name the day,
today.
baby. I'm listening. Sir.
Recollect your victory.
Recollect your victory.
Yep. And I'll go ahead and go into it.
Yeah, please do.
I won't ask y'all to see what y'all thought about
I'm
it.
excited to hear yours.
So, when you achieve victory, you have to fight all the way up to the victory, right? The victory's good because you've done it. Kind of like a national championship,
Mm-hmm.
Georgia, you know.
Yep.
So after the championship, it's all over with. You got to recollect on your victory, on what got you to that victory.
Yes.
Okay, work, personal life, or anything, you have to have victories. So sometimes you fight for that victory. So you have to remember the victory because you don't want to go through that fight again.
Sure
So
don't.
I don't. I don't want to go a lot of fights. So that's what came to me, and plus some other things brought it. And I'm not going there.
I
with
love
it.
to fight.
Okay, I know you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah.
So
Please
this
don't.
morning it was kind of funny because I used to always I'd get kind of mad if things wouldn't go right, and you could tell I was kind of mad. Well, this morning a Wi-Fi wasn't working at the breakfast we went to. The place didn't have Wi-Fi, and I couldn't get on my
What is it,
phone.
1991?
I don't
Right.
know. They don't have Wi-Fi.
What kind of
So,
diner?
Yeah, well,
it is
yeah,
a
super-
I
diner.
know.
But
Cash
anyway-
only.
Cash
but
only.
anyway,
Delco's.
it kind of like you could see it in me. And the guy sitting next to me, David Dees, he owns a commercial roofing company. He said, "Don't let it conquer you." And I was sitting there thinking, I used to have a problem with getting mad a little bit. And
Used
so
to.
my victory, I don't get as mad. I
Annette's
think I got a
laughing
little
over
bit.
there in
I
this.
think I got a little victory with it. I don't get
You've
as
gotten a lot better.
crazy. Yeah, I have.
You're driving though. You
No,
just
but I
lose
don't
it.
get
You do
mad
better.
on the
You are
road.
doing way better. I
Yeah.
will
I've ridden with
compliment.
Okay, so
Scotty
that's
few
a
times
victory.
over.
You know
And
I ain't gonna tell you something that ain't true. You're
Yeah.
doing a good job at it.
So when he said, "Don't let it conquer you," he also said, "Hey, you can name your day that too." So it might come up later. Don't let something conquer you. But I did not
Amen.
want my past to conquer my future.
Yeah.
So that's
That's a great
it
one.
all
Yep.
worked out. That's when you know you're flowing.
That's a good one.
Is when you start seeing things come in to your life.
Yeah.
When you're doing something or naming something and something else backs it up.
Man.
So that's it.
Well, thank you.
Remember-
Do we get to
remember-
add our
Scotty,
input into
no.
it?
Yeah, go ahead, go.
Scotty said, "I'm just go ahead, Drake."
Drake's ready.
Yeah, he just jumped. Oh, so like,
Scotty's
you
is
know,
good for me.
mastering sales has been a real big thing to me, and like, I have to go into this owners meeting with my coach that's about to come on here in the next few minutes,
There you go.
and we're behind 50,000, and then we got behind, like 70,000. Well, today is the first day that we're in the green for the
Damn.
year, and
That's
honestly,
good.
because I've just been crushing it.
Good for
And
you.
not only that, and when I say in the green, that's in the green to hit our goals based on what we're doing. And I had some holes to plug, but we sold 70,000. I just put out an estimate for 200,000. I just put out another estimate for like 76, and then I got a couple 30s going. But you're talking about working hard to get there. First of all,
Hard.
I didn't know plants when I first moved down here like I should. I've always been a landscaper. I've planted, but I didn't know my plants. I didn't know how to piece together these big jobs in a process. I didn't know how to like negotiate the numbers because maybe I didn't know the numbers as properly. And me and Annette are going to talk a little bit more about that. But to be able to pump out these big bids and then close them and quickly close them and then turn them for a profit, man, we've been working hard to get here. Years, 13 years.
Which is crazy. And I think that's what's important, having Annette on again. And I feel it's important to have her on in another 6 months or whatever, because it's kind of gonna, her success correlates with y'all's, and so to hear
Yes.
how, like we just heard y'all,
I'll
are
get
finally
into
in
it
the
today.
green. I can't wait
Yes.
till she's on 6 months
Yeah.
from now and see where y'all are.
I don't want to
You know
jump
what I
the
mean?
gun, but I want to jump the
Yeah,
gun.
I
Annette
can't
went
wait.
together for bring her on because like I want to talk about this.
Annette, good to see you. Thank you for having us. Annette's here every week and puts up with our shenanigans.
I just put that in there.
Okay.
Man.
Y'all sit in between it. Y'all are sharing that one. Is that all y'all's papers?
It's my paper.
She's got a little
I got a little
Oh,
thing
cool.
for y'all.
And for y'all new viewers, Annette Blankenship is Scotty's wife. If y'all don't know that, Uncle Scotty. So
Yes, and I wanted to get in here, and I wanted Annette to come on before I said this actual thing. Like, I want to honestly stand from the rooftops and yell, especially to like 80% of the business owners that I know. I can't cuss, but I want to say you're an effing idiot. Like, this is one of the most important things that you can have. And we all know people that don't know their numbers. Like,
Yeah.
because I was one of those people, I know exactly who they are and why they can't grow their business. And so I'm okay. If y'all notice this, I never try to mention numbers that much
Yeah.
because I don't want it to come off of like, hey, money means everything to me, but ego. But that's why we run a business, for money. That's the only reason we run a business. And to know that I can hit $2 million on my own in sales, it's very possible. We're already estimated up 1.6 or 1.4 million dollars of non-close estimates this year. Annette brings them up.
wow.
But
Good for y'all.
like people, like if y'all could share this, if you could invite your friends, if y'all own businesses, tag the business. This is the most important, if not one of the most important guests that you're going to hear from that can change your lives. Like,
No doubt.
everybody that comes on's got a great personality, runs a
Business-wise.
great service.
Yep.
But do they know how to grow your business?
This is the one that's going to take you from where we all started of not knowing shit about our business to finding our numbers to being able to be profitable. Huge.
Yeah. Yeah, huge.
Because were y'all like that? Like,
I've
did
been
y'all
surviving
ever-
13 years
Has-
off of it.
I'll put a thumbs up in the chat. Who didn't collect a paycheck this week? I'm one of them, and there's those weeks where, it's hard.
There could be multiple weeks.
For sure.
Yeah.
You
And,
know
they're
that
tough.
You don't do it. And
So-
then all of a sudden, you get a little money and you have to pull from it.
Yeah.
Just to pay your bills.
Rob and Peter to
So,
pay Paul,
yeah.
we've all been there,
Yep.
struggling. But
We used to be that. Annette got us out of that.
I know. I've
Now
heard it. I
completed
love it.
work pays our payroll. Now if I sell a job, it's like, wow, if I sell this, I'm putting together numbers to sell a paver job. Annette hadn't said a word since she's been on this show. Hey,
Oh yeah, she's a
I'm
devil.
sorry. I just want to brag about her.
Sorry, I know.
I'm
She's
doing
so special.
I'm doing an estimate for a driveway. I'll make 14 grand off it if we do the driveway. And again, it's not for the money, but it's for the people. This is what the biggest thing is. If you hear me talking about money, it's not about greed or buying a Lamborghini. It's about taking care of the people that are in my life.
Yep.
I got Monica, my kids, and
Yeah.
my parents. And like I just want everybody to be taken
For
care
sure.
of. And so now I can see that goal. Annette's made the light at the
Yep.
tunnel
Yep.
come to fruition. Annette, sorry to
No, it's awesome.
Damn.
I just love to
I'm
hear
fired
that kind
up.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's why I do what I do.
yeah.
I've got a new tagline that's your success is my mission, and I really feel that
Oh,
in my
wow.
heart. So like when I see business owners get that success, and we're working together, and the light bulb goes off, it makes me happy.
Do you think that cord's a little
Down towards the net here.
Scotty moved it.
I
Scotty?
did, moved it
No,
right
we
on over here to
No, I
just,
moved it again.
just me.
You can
So
move it.
that tagline that hit me right there. What does that mean to you? Say it again. I forgot it already. But it hit me.
Your success is my mission.
And that's the
That's-
let me tell you something about Annette.
Tell me.
She's not gonna go out here and say you're an idiot for not hiring me, but she should. And she's not going to go out there and say, I'm the best, because she does not let ego get in her way.
No.
So the only way for her to market is for just showing people, I got to buy a Lamborghini that says Annette did it.
Right.
And drive it through town.
On your license tag.
Annette did it.
Annette
Yes.
did it.
I love that.
That's good.
A-N-E-T.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to do did it, but we'll figure it out.
Oh man.
Did.
So Annette, I mean, we know that you've changed. Right? What do you do? What is it that you do for the new listeners?
So I think a lot of it is just understanding what it is that the vision, where you're trying to go, what's standing in your way, so those roadblocks, and then okay, let's figure out a plan to get there. And then sometimes that plan means creating processes, or sometimes it means understanding our numbers. Sometimes it means aligning with each other if you've got more than one business owner. So just being able to come in and listen, and then understand where they are, where somebody is, and then help them to get to where they want to be. It's a high level, but there's a lot that goes along with that.
There is. I'm telling y'all, she's a super.
Sorry,
Let me just one more experience.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So I got a job I looked at, and it was a job I'd love to do. The customer looked like my customer. He acted like my customer, and he gave me a budget between $30,000 and $50,000.
God.
But then after we looked at the job, he's like, "Hey, did you?" I sent him a design. He says, "Is this close to 25,000 like we talked about?" I say, "I don't remember talking about it, but," and I have a questionnaire that says it. But anyways, like, okay, here's some opportunity. We're going to price this first design, which I put the craziest stuff on there. But this is knowing your numbers, and this is how you can beat out your competition. I put that price together. It was at $47,000. But then I went and changed out porcelain stepping stones for the concrete. You're looking at $85 a stepping stone versus $45 a stepping stone. And I made a $27,000 quote. So his budget was $25,000. I sent him over a $47,000 design, but he didn't see the quote yet. And then I put two quotes together: luxury and nice. I got 27, 47. He started adding on some of the 47 to the 27. Now we're at 34,000. But just because, like, I know my numbers, I looked at the design and didn't say, "Oh, I got to put together another estimate." It was so easy to I'm telling you, super
That's
power.
already
business
knew.
savvy.
Yeah,
the
but
money.
who's going
Savvy.
who's
That's
going to
being
beat me
savvy.
out on an estimate? If I'm
Nobody.
excited salesman to be there, I'm creating a sick design. I'm giving you two options for add-on. I'm giving them the Ford Platinum model, but I'm also giving the XLT
Yeah.
version. Like, how can I not win?
Nobody's gonna
Right.
beat you unless they've got someone like Annette. 'Cause
Annette.
They're not prepared for that. I don't think.
Man, I don't.
But there are some that use Annette.
And there's some
Right.
that'll come in and want to go low, real low, because they have no work.
Then that
So
Lisa said, "Let Annette talk." She's shaking her head.
I
We're
know.
shutting up.
Okay.
Speaking
We're
of Miss
shutting up.
Lisa, 500
Did you
stars.
wanna
Thank you so
just,
much. Yeah,
address
we
the
do.
thing?
Yeah,
Damn.
we shout out to Mom Money sent 200 stars,
500.
500 stars. It said
Yes.
2 weeks in a row, but we weren't here last week, so she sent 500 stars.
With the said that? Pond mover.
Y'all, it's been a long
Pond-
week. Sorry.
Was it
Pond
Yeah, it was
digger.
Pond digger.
Pond digger.
Shout out Pond digger.
Sorry, Eric AAA. Sorry. But let's address the chat. Y'all help me with
Christiana, it is so glad. I'm so glad to see you back here. I know that. Go ahead, Scotty.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to read through the chat. I can't tell nothing.
It's hard.
Thank you, all our listeners and
Yeah,
followers.
Katrina's
again.
on here commenting. Wild Paradise on here. Lisa. Christiana said, "You're so beautiful, Miss Annette. The prettiest woman on earth." And yeah. Let Annette talk was the last comment.
Yeah.
So go ahead,
Annette, sorry. So what do you find out how to get people's vision, and you find out how to get there the quickest way possible.
Hey, before she starts talking, I want to say, Daniel, tag your business. I see Daniel Shaw. On
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, Shaw,
tag
please
your
tag your
business.
business, buddy. But yeah, Annette, so you do that. What do you typically see the business owners are doing that you want to like beat them in the head and say, "What are you doing?"
Well, I thought about that, and there's probably lots of things, but if they didn't do a lot of those things, I wouldn't have a job. So, and that's part that
Amen.
I enjoy, is getting when the light bulbs go off. But I think the one thing I guess that kind of drives me nuts is like I'll meet with a business owner a couple of times. We put together a plan, and they're ready to go off and do it. Right? They're like, "Oh, I got it. Okay, don't need you anymore." And then they go off and they implement everything all at once, or they don't understand how to implement it, and so then they just mess themselves up. And then it's like, well, this is what you told me to do. It's like, well, you forgot the fact about the timeline. You forgot that we needed to talk about obstacles. You forgot that we needed to, help you understand your money. So then all of those things, that need to happen, you're out there running around, and it bothers me because I know that it doesn't have to be that way.
And it's and do you feel like the priorities that should be the priorities are the priorities of business owners?
No, I don't think
Yeah,
they.
what?
Well, what should be the biggest priority for a business owner, I guess?
Well, let me say this. So, a lot of business owners go into business because they're really good at what they do.
Yes.
So, like landscaping, master landscapers, right? You
Yep.
guys have done it forever. And that's great, and that's what, sets you apart and all. But when you don't know your numbers, you can't really grow it. You just keep hitting that ceiling.
Yes.
And then, teaching about numbers, and then also, the systems and processes, because if you're like most business owners that I know, they don't have any time because they don't have a good team. They don't know how to manage that team. They don't know how to hire that team.
And they've been doing it all themselves.
Yeah, and they're doing it all themselves. And then that's where I like to help them to, again, more light bulb moments that go off. And now they've got back their time. Now they know how to use their money as an investment instead of, just, spending it all.
Yeah. And Howard said, knowing our numbers has always been our issue. It was our issue.
Yeah.
I just want to say that now. It was our issue.
Howard's saying it's always been until y'all got it figured out. Like,
and it's life's so much easier.
Like it would have.
And so you did cash flow meetings every week, right?
Yeah.
What's a cash flow meeting?
A cash flow, we just go over our bank accounts, where we're at, our AR reports, accounts receivables. We go over our cash flow, so we'll know if we have money to float any projects.
And Annette's in on that?
Yeah, she stops by every now and then
Okay.
just to check on the health rating. Monica does it based off a spreadsheet, but what was really cool is setting up the cash flow and then understanding like, okay, so I have a big job coming up that's $86,000. I only took a third of the 86 because I didn't need more than a third to get the job started. And then I put
as a deposit?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I put a schedule of irrigation, driveway, blah blah blah, because if you do them in incorrect orders, you'll cost them customer money, time, whatever, and the project. But what I did was a draw on those. So if the irrigation's completed and the customer signs off, can we get paid for that service? And so we take a draw from that to pay that. That helps with my cash flow to pay. Because if I sell a $500,000 job and make a mistake, I don't have $250,000 of a 50% deposit just sitting around. So that could sink me. So cash flow is huge.
That is huge.
Yeah.
Cash flow every day.
Does that sound like something you taught him?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
That is huge.
Learn.
Wow.
Look at his little...
I've got so many questions. I really do.
Yeah, but But it took all the pieces of the puzzle and Annette to get me
Okay.
here. A
Well, let me
guy.
ask Annette
Oh,
this.
sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Annette said, you know how most business owners don't have that extra time. They're so busy working on their business. How do, like, if they decide to come to you, what kind of time should they expect to put in with you? Because they're already busy as it is. What
That's
Yeah.
a
what
good
can they
question.
expect?
That's a
Thank
really
you.
good question. And so I like to tell them, at least 4 to 5 hours dedicating, because we're going to have an hour call. And then out of that call, there's going to be, some wins and things that they feel like expressing, about the business, about their life. Where are they? And then based on that, we're going to figure out what can you do this week to advance your business. And so that might look like a process improvement, or it might look like learning your numbers,
Okay.
watching one of the videos that we have, or looking at
Oh,
your
nice.
numbers or reports. Just being able to, like, one or two things this week that we can do to advance and get
Okay.
further towards where, because it's all based on what are our roadblocks, what's really keeping us. And it might be a 3 to 5 year plan to get there,
Right.
but it's that whole we gotta have that next step in
Yeah.
place.
So a 1 hour phone call or video call with you a week, and then some homework to implement throughout the week, and then
Yeah.
next week we'll reconvene.
Yeah, we'll come back and
Okay.
we'll see how it went, get more thoughts and talk
I
about
love
what
it.
next steps might be.
And you
Wow.
also have a cheap, or not a cheaper way, but a less budget
Yeah,
friendly
more budget friendly.
and
Okay.
schedule friendly
Yeah.
way to do it too.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
So
okay.
there's the in-person meetings that, some people just like that one-to-one.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that's great. And then I also created one that was a little bit more budget friendly. And I think it's more fun because that 1 hour a week we get on a call with other business owners. We, watch video, I've got videos that kind of train you on things like cash flow and how to look at your numbers and what those numbers are, getting to that financial literacy. And then being able to figure out who we can, how do we hire the right people, how do we interview, those types of things.
Mm.
So they'll watch the videos during the week, and then we get on a call with other business owners, and if we don't have a lot of questions, we go into an exercise, a discussion, because at the end of the day, like, there's so many, so much knowledge in that room.
Just all those people. We
Yeah,
see
all
that
the
at all the
people.
meetings we
Yeah.
go to. You always catch when there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
You
Right.
catch something, a little tidbit.
It's a
Yeah.
bunch of business
So
owners
that's every
sitting
week.
around sharing
Yeah.
ideas with each
Yeah.
other.
Genius. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's on the
I
that's
think
the
you're
cheaper
invited
package.
to
Yeah.
it. Is he
I love
invited
it.
to the
I'm
meeting?
in the group. I watch the videos and you
You're not on
post
the
in
Zoom
there.
or
I'm
Online.
not in the Zoom
You're
part.
not on the online
But I'm in the group
coaching
where I
stuff.
watch your videos, and you do a great job in that. Just watching those videos, you learn so much.
Yeah.
Even if you're, I don't. It's a private group though, right?
Yeah, the
Okay.
the paid
Damn.
group is a private group, but I
Okay.
think I also
There's
have
a.
a free group.
What's the name of
You're
it?
in the
That's the
free
one
group.
I'm in.
Yeah,
You're in the
that's
free group.
Okay.
yeah,
But you put so much great info in the free group.
yeah. I try. I
Okay.
want to be helpful,
Thank
and
you.
you're getting enough information to be 100 air on the free group. If you want
Right.
to be a millionaire,
I'm
join the
38,000 in a hole
sorry
right
of
now.
that's okay.
that.
No, but I mean,
Okay.
it's designed to at least help a little bit, and to help you to understand because a lot of times you just don't know what you don't know.
You
And
right.
so, for somebody to come on and say, hey, here's some things you might want to think about, that might be something that, that
Yeah.
you can come in and learn more. So,
And how is it like judge? I think back to my early days in business where I maybe didn't have like the right insurances, was maybe paying people under the table, cutting
mhm.
corners just to make it. Do you judge people when they come? Like, or I'd be afraid to come to you to tell you that I'm not doing things right.
Well, and I don't judge. Because I mean, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And so, there's pros and cons with doing things that way. And, I'm going to obviously recommend that you
Yeah,
do
for
it the right
sure.
way. But I mean, if you've been doing it that way, there's so many business owners that do it that way. But now you're ready to do it the right way,
Take
then yeah, we'll talk
yeah.
about that.
We all want to get on the right path and do things right,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but some
I
of us
mean, you
had to
don't
do.
clean up your house if you're having a
Right.
maid come
True.
over, do you?
Exactly.
Yes, you
Yeah.
do.
Some
And you
people
brush
do.
your teeth before you go to the dentist.
You do.
Well, you
Well,
do
I
that.
do brush my
Oh,
teeth
Yeah.
I do
before I go
too.
to.
That was a good
Let
one.
me.
That was a good one.
But I
What
don't clean before they make some.
what just kills me is like, and I guess okay, so I guess it's a win lose, or it's a love hate, because it is beneficial that all the other people in my industry don't do this or do the little things that I'm doing. But like, I see so many business owners out here that are cocky because they can do good work in their operations, but they don't manage their business and run estimates, sales, numbers, office admin, SOPs. And I just realized like how much are they missing out on because their ego says, "Oh, I'm the best that can offer this service." But honestly, it don't mean crap.
No.
If you're not, you don't have the best business unless you're running a business.
They probably just don't know no better.
And I
didn't
didn't,
know
yeah.
there was a such thing as a any kind of coach besides sports. You know,
sports.
that was it.
Well, and I'm glad you said that because a lot of people think, oh, if I hire a business coach, people are going to think I'm struggling or whatever. But I like to think about it like you just said, like it's maybe you're not struggling, maybe you're doing enough,
Yeah.
you're trying to do all the things. But if you hire a coach that can see the blind spots that you can't see, then that might make you go to that next level.
Who's some athletes right now, Annette, that you know of that have a coach? Name one right now.
Who?
Some
I'd have to ask.
Don't say Michael Jordan. No, I'm just
Well, I'll
kidding.
tell you who
I'm
does.
kidding. Annette. Sorry, Annette.
Scotty Scheffler. What's that golfer?
Scotty
Yeah.
Scheffler.
That's
the
why I told
number one
Annette to
golfer in the
ask. I mean,
world.
that's sorry, I put her on the spot.
He
right.
hired a putting coach,
Yeah.
and
But
he's
no.
dang the best golfer going on right
best
now.
golfer in the
Y'all
world.
make sure y'all answer Brandon. Poor
What's he-
Brandon.
What Brandon say?
He said, when looking at your numbers, processes, feels very overwhelming. Do you have any advice to help business owners better managing everything?
Oh, good one.
That is a good question.
That's it.
Huh?
I was gonna say I couldn't answer that question. It's so
Intricate.
Intricate.
yeah, intricate. It was good question, Brandon.
Yeah, so I think you want to start a little bit in each area. So like let's talk numbers first. Let just tackle the first three things. How much money did I make? How much did it cost me? And then how much are my overhead expenses? And if you don't know what those three things are, let's focus on understanding that. And then if it's time that's the problem, who can I delegate to? Who do I have that I can delegate to? And then start figuring out how to get stuff out of your head onto paper. And then, when it comes to like your long-term plan, just, what is it that we're not doing that we want to be able to do? So I'll use me as an example. Like, one of the things that I can look at my numbers and see from a marketing perspective, like I had no idea to begin with. I didn't know what numbers to use. I didn't know what numbers to measure. And so it took me a really long time to figure that out and to understand. Like I'd look at the numbers, but they wouldn't mean anything. But it was only when I really started digging into them and saying, okay, so this means this.
They're
and that
talking.
means that. Yeah.
They're talking.
Damn.
They're telling a
They're
story.
telling a story.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then now I know where to go work. At first it was like, oh, well, our marketing just sucks. We're not doing anything. I mean, I've tried. Scotty's tried. And then that's not what it is. What it is now is I realize it is I'm not reaching enough people. And so that's where now we can change that strategy and we can, put ourselves out there more. We can post in more groups. We could also do Facebook ads. We could do boosts, all that kind of stuff.
Huge.
Go ahead. Buddy.
And
Go
then
ahead,
there's
go
a.
with
I was going to
Mark.
say, and
Leave
Caleb,
that question up.
Caleb
Leave the
said,
questions up.
I love the idea of hiring a business coach, but I'm very hands-on and I actually want to do it on my own. Do you think that's a bad idea? Can I
love
just say,
that. And then Keaton,
Caleb,
throw the next question up because we can't see the little ones. So
Caleb,
after that one.
it's like
And leave
you're
it
in a race right now, in a drag race, and everybody has turbos on their car, and Annette's the turbo. You're still driving the car. You just now got an equally as fast car
Yeah.
to get to the finish line faster, and it's
You
not
get there
like she's
faster.
doing it.
No.
You're still driving it,
Yeah.
and
Whatever
you got to make it
Caleb does,
happen.
yeah.
And Caleb, I saw your other comment about it's all in your noggin. You got it all here in your noggin. Get that crap on paper. I just did a reel the
Thank
other
you,
day
Keaton.
about
You're a real one, dog.
replicate. If you're not replicating yourself into your business,
What now?
what happens?
Replicate.
Replicate. If you're not getting all that stuff into your business where other people can run it when you're not there, what happens when you're not there?
And then
No,
also,
that's a good point. Great
and then
point.
also to like know what you're doing if you run into the same problems. What Annette did for me, and I'm sorry to some of my networking groups or networking folks that don't see me know much, but I realized how much time I was wasting doing everything but what I needed to do. Like there's just so many distractions out
Yes,
here.
you've already built a big enough network that you don't need to go
Retire.
for 8 times a week. Go ahead, Scotty. Go ahead. I'm
No,
fired up.
keep going.
Scotty's my
Like, dude, you don't have to
networker.
go to
It's
so
just
many
for
meetings.
me to remember.
You're running into the same people, which is fine, but you start hearing the same stories, the same speakers talking about the same things at the different meetings, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Scotty, please.
Okay.
Bail me out.
One Wild Paradise says sometimes it's hard to put your mind on paper.
Okay.
Okay, I'm pointing to her because she can get your mind on paper.
Well, that's what we
Okay,
need,
the
babe.
next
The
thing
cheaper
is
package.
she had a little task for us. To see
I know
who-
we're gonna take it. Annette,
Okay.
do you want to pass that around? Can
Yeah.
we'll
Oh,
take it
what?
now. But
Okay.
look, and why she's passing that out? Does
Test?
yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
cool.
Doug.
I
It's
didn't
easy.
know.
It's easy.
Okay.
I'll say this. I'll say this, Carrie Lee. All my stuff isn't on paper. It's in Trello. I have step by step of how to hire, how to order material, how to go see an estimate, how to log your numbers, how
What's
to
Trello?
track cash flow. It's an app we use. How to offboard people. We have everything that how our businesses are run on Trello.
Okay.
It's even how we give tasks to other people and make sure it's checked off, which we're
Now,
working on being better at
do
that.
your other people have the Trello app? Or
Yes,
like,
we're
okay,
all
so everybody's
all
in
the
your
owners run on one Trello, and then the employees would run off of different Trellos.
Wow, never heard of it.
So
Trello.
here's what we're going. Oh, go ahead.
No, that was
Trello.
it.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do during the test because it's only 5 questions.
Okay.
Six. Excuse me. I only see 5.
So I left the sixth one off there.
Okay, so we got 5.
It does say
we
6
got 5
up top.
questions. Okay, so while we're doing that, we can still ask her questions.
Yep.
And don't go. You cannot start.
Yeah, we need
We're
an
gonna
Oh,
see who's
shit.
the smartest out of me, Dustin, and Drake. Is that what
It's
the
not
test?
a,
Yeah,
it's not
okay.
a smartness
Annette,
test.
can you
I'm
read?
gonna be the smartest.
No. No, let me explain. Let me explain.
Whoa, okay.
Wait,
dude.
should
Okay.
we
Calm
read
it
the
down,
questions
dude.
out loud and let the people take their own test at home?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
that?
you can do
Yes.
that.
So we're gonna read the questions out loud, and the directions are you're gonna answer from 1 to 10.
Yep.
You tell us.
Yeah, so it's a thinking wavelength test. It's not an IQ test.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
not a smartness test. It's just a test to see how you think.
Okay.
And so when we get done with it, it'll talk about what strengths and weaknesses you have based on the way you think.
Okay.
And then aligning yourself with someone who thinks differently is where you want to be. A lot of times business owners think that, they have to hire people just like them, but that's the worst thing you can do because you don't need people just like you. You need people that have the opposite stuff from you.
Okay.
So it's 5 questions.
So get your pen out, write your number,
yeah,
1
get
to
your pen
10.
out, 1 to 5. I left the 6th question off. I think somebody was talking to me at the time.
I was.
But we're answering with 1 through 10, right?
Yeah, we'll answer, and it'll all work out. The
Okay.
same. All right. So the first question is, what is your relationship to risk? So, like, when you're thinking about doing something new in your business, are you gonna lose sleep over it and push back? Or are you going to embrace at the snap of a finger? So if you're going to embrace it with a snap of the finger, you're a 10. If you are going to lose sleep over it, you're a 1. And if you're somewhere in the middle, you're a 5.
Okay. Got it.
Write down your answer to that one.
All right.
All right, number 2, what is your relationship to change? 1 means that you hate change with a passion. 10 means that you'll change, especially if nothing else is happening. You're going to change something. And 5 is somewhere in the middle. All right. How many ideas, concepts, or variables can you have swimming around in your head at the same time? So can you have like 50 ideas going at once, or can you have only 5? 1 means you can only manage a few. 10 means you can have a whole lot and not stress about it. We're not talking about multitasking.
Yeah.
It's about how many ideas you can have going on in your head at once. So 1 would be not many. A 10 would be as many as possible.
Do you act on as many as possible?
No, these are just
Just
this
in
is just
your
about
head.
I
ideas
got
in your head.
1,000,
Yeah.
so I should put 1,000.
So you would be a 10.
I'm a get.
But
I
can
got
you manage?
so many. Okay.
Doesn't
Okay.
stress you out.
Damn.
All right, number 4 is how do you process logically? So a 1 would mean that I've got to explain A to B, then I got to go B to C, and I got to pause, and then I got to go C to D. I need a very logical order. That would be a 1. If you could go from A to M to Z and not feel stressed out, that would be a 10. So where do you fall? A
That-
to B, B to
I
C.
can't even follow that question.
So,
My God! Wait a minute. Okay,
Scotty just wrote a letter
Okay,
for
I
his
got
answer.
to think about that.
Well, we only got so much time, Scotty.
A to B, you need that step by step in order to be
I'm
able
gonna
to
do like I did on the ATC in school. I'm gonna just mark something. Draw a Christmas tree.
You'll
Yeah,
get you won't
oh.
get the answer. You might not get the answer you want.
Okay.
All right.
Last one.
Last one. What's your relationship to opportunity? A 10 will see opportunity everywhere, all the time. Opportunity they saw yesterday is already completed in their minds. And my team used to tell me say that I was like that. They think, you already think it's done. It's like we hadn't even started, even though it's really not. And a 1 sees problems and tasks associated with the opportunity and almost talks themselves out of it before they can even do the opportunity. So where are you?
So add them up.
Yeah, add them all up, and it says 6 here, but you're going to add them all.
Yep.
You're going to add all 5 numbers, then you're going to divide by 5.
You said 6.
I know. Somebody was talking to me, and I didn't get that last question.
Oh, here's a 6th question. How do you put up with Scotty? 1 can't stand him. 10.
You love him to death.
Yeah, shit. All right.
6.
All right, 10.
So divided by 5.
11. 11.
Divided by 5.
Yep, divided by 5.
There's no
35
just
divided.
number answers on here for me, though. There's some explanation of my answers.
All right.
I move differently with a coach, though. So, Scotty, I'm the smartest. Go ahead.
All right, so what'd you get, Scotty?
I got 7.
You got 7? All right. What'd you get, Drake?
I don't want to just give a number. I put
What
the
number
middle.
did you
Hold
get,
on.
Bubs?
Add
Come
your
on,
numbers
damn.
up. You
Yeah, but
can't
the
be
number
going-
don't paint the
and divide
picture
by
of why I
I
put.
don't care.
Mine's
Put
a
number
5.
down.
Mine's a 5 because you want to act fast, but you also want to get all the facts before you act.
Yeah.
Sorry, so
Mine's a-
5.
Sure wanna get
Mine's
all
a
the facts
3.2.
for you.
Yours what?
3.2.
3.2? Okay.
3.2.
Is that good?
I mean, it's all
We fixing
good.
to find out.
It's
Damn.
all good.
It's
Yeah.
It's all good, baby.
Look, even though
Okay.
I beat y'all, it's gonna say
Beat
how
y'all.
you think.
Yeah, it's just talking about how
Okay.
the thinking wavelength.
Okay.
My coach thinks for me. I don't have to.
That
And
is
we're
not
going to
true.
talk about this on the thing right
Okay.
here.
Go.
That is not true. Okay, so here's the answers, or where you fall in your thinking wavelength. So if you fell between a 1 and a 2, you're a grinder. Grinders get a lot of work done. That's their, strength. They're a workhorse. They're very detailed doers. Grinders document things. They're risk averse. It's scary to even think about it, right?
Right.
They only like a few things going at one time.
Okay.
Too many things get them all, like I can't handle it. Take things one step at a time, have a low tolerance for ambiguity. They understand tasks and the need to solve problems. They handle administrivia very well and deliver the work product. They're going to do the same thing repeatedly all the time. Like they don't want change. They want to know their job. These are your bookkeepers that stay for 30 years. They can be a bookkeeper. That would not be a good job
Not a
for
good
me.
business
Okay.
owner.
Yeah.
Is that you?
I'm 3.2. We're not there yet.
We're not there
Okay.
yet. All right, so you'll hear from them. If you change one little thing, you're going to hear from them if you're a business owner, because you've messed up their world now because they can't. We can't operate without them,
Okay.
right? So a lot of times, if you've got people coming to you complaining because you changed something, they're probably a grinder, and we need grinders really bad.
Yes, we do.
They're going to proudly grind it out day after day. All right, so next up is the minders. This is 2.1 to 3.9. Minders can manage a unit team. They have the people skills and the organizational abilities to do so. They can supervise the performance at work. They function best as frontline supervisors. They can diagnose problems, mind the store, and put out fires. They can run a department or program and manage people. Minders are usually supervisors, teachers, chief engineers, section leaders, program leaders, foremen. They can be counted on to keep the existing processes and team functioning and running well.
That's me all day.
All day.
All day.
That's your thinking.
Nailed it.
wavelength. Yep.
Wow.
Is it?
Yeah. She said foreman. Like, I feel like I could fucking foreman the hell out of it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
FL.
Who falls into the
FL.
Foreman
You're a
Dustin.
FL.
What's that mean? Foreman?
Fucking foreman.
I'm a
You
FF.
say that on
Scotty!
You cannot say that on the.
Somebody make me a shirt say I'm a
I'm a FL.
FF. All right, so who falls in the next one? Anybody?
All right. So then the next one's a keeper. These are they manage the whole organization.
What number is this? Sorry.
4.0 to 6.0. Sorry, thank you.
Okay, you're good.
Keepers can manage the whole organization, appreciating the administrative and the strategic. They can do both concrete and abstract thinking, but they're going to be more on the administrative side and operational side. They make great conflict mediators, good personal managers, directors of departments or ministry programs. They're good plant managers. They're good executive assistants. They handle details and see the broader vision. They hold many variables, are organized, and are very good with people. So,
wow, that's you, Brooks McNichols.
That's me too. I'm a 5.
Okay.
You're a 5?
So you and Brooks are in that.
I'm a 5.
You're a 5?
Oh, and Scotty too.
There you go.
So all
Hold
y'all-
on.
hold
I'm
on.
35 divided by 5.
So you're
Yeah.
5, yeah.
Is that
So
right?
that's
No,
you.
yeah.
Did that explain to you, Scotty?
No, that's
I'm
6.
a 35
6
divided by 5.
times 5 is 37. You're 7.
I'm
7
a
times
7.
5 is 35.
I'm
You're
a
a set.
7.
So we
Scotty
ain't got
failed
to use
math.
it.
No,
Damn.
coming to me. Go.
Okay. So then a 6.1 to 8 is
This
a
is
finder.
Okay.
Yep, I'm a 7.5.
Okay.
So finders are abstract thinkers who often don't complete paperwork that concrete thinkers require. They may appear to be a loose cannon in a group structure. They are innovators and creators.
God.
Follow through is not always their strength.
Yeah.
They need
God.
grinders, minders, and keepers to follow
Yep.
in their wake of creativity. They sense and seize opportunities, spot voids and fill them, are bored by a steady state, love new challenge, and must be thrown raw meat regularly. Finders are usually entrepreneurs, chief executive officers, chief visionaries, leaders of a product or market, joint venture leaders, or advanced development engineers. Finders want to ensure their ideas work in the first generation prototype, but once they are sure that it works, then they got to hand that sucker off to somebody else to build upon because they can't find anything to
And that's what?
That's a finder.
I'm a 7.
Yep.
Am I a 5?
Scotty sucking on raw
Exactly.
meat.
She nailed
That's
that
why
shit.
I am CEO of Pull Up Media.
Yes, you are.
That's why y'all voted me CEO.
Yep.
Thank you, Keaton.
Keaton, what are you? If you're still
Yeah.
awake.
Yeah.
And Carrie
Yeah.
Lee's an 8.4, so
Oh,
I'm
wow.
excited
Oh
to
my
hear hers.
goodness, we can't wait.
Well, here we go. So, a 8.1 to 10 is a conceiver. Conceivers are usually bright, articulate, and very persuasive, but they they don't bring things to closure. They best work in universities and research laboratories. They don't manage they don't manage others well. Get my words right, Annette. And their ideas can't become commercialized because they might be criticized. If I could talk.
You go.
Might be criticized for all talk and no follow through. They embrace risk, can make quantum leaps, welcome change, produce concepts, enjoy many variables, are opportunity oriented, and have a high tolerance for ambiguity, and love the 40,000-foot macro view. Conceivers are theorists, typically employed as researchers, philosophy professors, theologians, and innovators.
Geniuses. Wow. Okay, so that's smart. So it's basically like a smart test, kind of.
I don't
know
think it's
I'm
a smart
smarter than
test.
both of y'all.
No?
No,
I'm
because
sorry.
look.
Our
sorry.
producer just said Scotty needed a calculator to do 4th grade math on here. Yeah. Dude didn't know about a 7 or 5. Oh, sorry, Scotty.
I'm
You're
a
smarter.
7.
Go ahead.
I'm a
Annette.
But the
7.
conceiver,
Can
like you said, brilliant. Like they're
Brilliant.
really brilliant, but they need grinders, minders, keepers, and finders to get the
Yeah.
stuff done. Because like if you think about a university or a theorist or even like the theologians, they're brilliant, right?
Yeah.
They see this picture, but then they need other people to be able to implement it.
Right.
And then when you go to a grinder, they're implementing all day. They do the same thing over and over and over again because, I mean, a bookkeeper, you don't want your bookkeeper to be a conceiver. She's not going to be able to get your stuff done.
No.
So we need every
We
piece.
need
Don't get
every
upset
one
that
of
your
these.
bookkeeper's
This is
weird too,
genius.
y'all. That's their personality.
Yeah. Damn, this is so cool.
Yeah.
So we all need each other. It doesn't
We
matter
need
which
each
one y'all
other.
It
That's
does
the
not
thing.
matter.
Man.
Hey,
I love
that
this.
is good. You thought of that. We all need each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's not gonna
exactly what
work
this says.
if
Exactly.
there's a
I thought
bunch
you were the
of.
smartest, Scotty, and you knew that.
I was.
You
Damn.
cannot do
I
all
was
that.
for
Cool.
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
That
Hate
is
to
really
burst your
cool.
bubble,
Thank
but a
you, Annette.
man that
I'm keeping this.
invented this. His name is Tom Patterson, and he's my mentor. He is the
Oh,
business
goat.
strategist. Yes, to me he's the goat.
okay.
He was a brilliant man. He did strategy for like the president. He went over to Japan in the 80s and helped them to get quality and all that stuff. So he invented this test. It's called the thinking wavelength test. You can look it up online if you want to know
Thinking
more.
wavelength test.
And let me say
Oh,
this
cool.
to all the business owners out there. I dropped this in the Florida Landscapers or whatever. Okay, so somebody said this to me, and then working with Annette over the past couple of years, it kind of all came together. But the guy that owns Sunrise Irrigation, he's got a big outfit,
Maybe.
multi-million dollars. I think they're in the 7 figures, not in
Wow.
6. Wait, no, 8 figures.
Good
They're in
for
the
them.
8-figure company. They're buying up land all up in Palm Harbor. They're doing a wonderful job. But he told me something. If it's not profitable, don't do it. And so for 10 years, I tried to run this non-profitable business, and I kept saying I was going to make it work, but I didn't know my numbers, and I was going to try to make it work without knowing my numbers. Annette can take that away from you. Annette can, you definitely got to put in the work, but can take that, oh, it'll be profitable when I do this. It's not going to be profitable tomorrow. You just got to start it,
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a little bit of learning for you to actually get it to that profitable mark, but just stop running these unprofitable businesses
Agreed.
because there's a light at the end of the tunnel and you're just not doing something right.
Totally
And
agree.
I know a lot of times, like business owners they might get the bid, because they're the cheapest, but then they're not in business in a year
Yeah.
because you didn't make any money off of it.
Yep.
And so that's where you get into that robbing Peter to pay Paul, because you got money coming in, but you're not, you never get ahead because you're always behind. And so that to me is probably another thing that it drives me nuts, because I know it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, and that's funny because when people ask for bids, they're going to usually looking at price.
Yeah.
I mean, I've won a bid because
Yeah.
of what we had to offer instead of price, which I was surprised at. But they're looking at price. They don't care if you make a profit or not.
Don't
All
care.
they care is they're making a
No
profit
doubt.
because you give them something low. They're going, woohoo!
Yeah.
I got something low.
Yep.
So don't sell yourself
Nope.
short,
Yeah,
Sure don't.
absolutely.
or
Yeah.
your company short, or your employees short.
Right. Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, no, it's easy. It's easy to be a millionaire. You just got to manipulate the money. That's the secret, is manipulating the money. How do you
So-
take that money in, make some of it yours, and complete a service?
So my question being, if I were a business owner that's never had a coach, I don't know what the cost associated with your program is in that, but I'm sure it's what you deserve. But what happens if I come to you in that and we meet one time and I just decide, maybe it's not for me?
Yeah.
What happens there?
Well, the
Or
first.
vice versa.
Yeah. Well, the first meeting is always free, because
Oh,
first off, I got to find out, about your business, make sure that I can help, make
Are
sure
you
that
a good
you're committed.
fit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we good fit?
okay.
'Cause, because I'm not, I mean, I'm doing this because I love it and I want to see results. I want to work with people that are committed and that want to do the work to get to where they want to be.
Okay, so that really, I didn't know this, when you said the first meeting's free, if her phone's not ringing off the hook and you're not taking advantage of a free meeting,
You're an idiot.
It's
And you
You're an
know
idiot.
what? You know what? The people, let me just say,
Even if
let
you'll
me just
net-
answer that question
You're
for
a-
Annette. There's a bunch of idiots that are going to say, I can't afford her because they don't know their numbers. And
For
I was
sure.
the same idiot one day.
but will
So,
they take advantage of the free meeting? Like, I might know I can't afford her, but if I'm dumb if I don't call her and do a free meeting.
But a free meeting's just to see if you want to,
I think
if
that
she can help you.
Yeah.
But I
It
know that she
isn't to
can.
fix your problem.
True, but I think that she could probably help whatever problems I have if I know I have a numbers problem, right?
If you have any problems, she can help you.
And if I don't after the free meeting, I feel like she can't. No harm, no foul, right?
No.
And same for her. I mean, it wasted Miss Annette's time, I guess.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is, if they're not committed, or if they're going to just get the plan and then go and try to implement it,
Yeah.
and they're going to mess themselves up. So
Yeah.
it's, because we can put together a plan all day, but if you don't know how to execute it, if you don't know how to, think about the numbers, if you don't understand all the things that we're going to work together on, then, I mean, you could probably YouTube it, but it's still going to take you a long time to figure out
Not worth it.
when some, because I've worked in this type of capacity for over 30 years. I was corporate with technology groups and run teams and divisions and, director of, the project management office. But I understood the numbers at that level. So that's why when we talk, I can get you there faster. Like Drake, thank you for saying turbo.
That's
But we can get
genius,
there
yeah.
faster because I've been there. I've looked at a lot of, P&Ls that are, big companies, and I see where things have, are happening. So we can do that. And then I know where those training things need to happen because I've been a trainer forever.
Yep.
So all the things that, I'm doing as a coach, I've done over the course of my whole career.
I love it. I hope your phone rings. How do people get a hold of you if they
Yeah,
do
how do we
wanna?
reach you?
Yeah.
So I was trying to think of the best way. We have a Facebook page, Together Forward.
If we could post that,
You have a
Keaton.
website.
I have a
Together.
website, togetherforward.biz,
I'm gonna
not
tag
dot
y'all.
com, but
You
.biz.
got your QR code up in the top
Oh,
left
okay,
hand
awesome.
corner
Okay,
too.
so
And I
yeah.
just tagged your
Keaton's
page.
all
Keaton,
going
you
at it.
kill it.
I love Keaton.
And let me just say this: Annette has. Let me just add one more thing, y'all. Business don't have to be hard. And I know there's people. And listen, like I've tried to chase these Grant Cardones and these people that hype you up to get excited about change in your life. But Annette's the only really person that really showed me the change. And I'm sitting there the other day at the job site at a sales job, and I look back at my car and I'm like, dang, I want a new truck. I'm gonna have to sell myself out to go buy a new truck. And so that's literally though like taking everything back in your own hands.
Yeah.
Like we control our businesses. We control our money, not they control us. And again, there's 80% of business owners out here that think the opposite, and I was one of them. But now it's like it's in my hands, whatever I want to be.
Yep, that's right.
Damn.
I need to. One thing I could do is in-person meetings to close customers better. Because again, we're making good money, but there's just so much left on the table. And like in-person meetings is the next freedom of taking control of my life and like doing whatever I want to. But everybody has the capability. It's just the consistency and going after it
Right.
Yeah,
That's
for
right.
sure.
and talking to the right person.
Yeah.
Getting help.
And if you're having those weeks where you're having trouble paying your guys or you're not collecting a paycheck yourself, it's either time to call someone to figure your business out or go work for somebody else. To be honest, because you're just gonna sink into a deeper and deeper hole, right?
Yep. Yep. And well, and there's a couple other things like just I know we're getting in closing minutes, but like again, Annette has opened up my mind to money. And I'm sitting here listening to people say, I want to get to $1 million. And I'm sitting here looking at their business model and I'm just like, well, there's no,
It's not gonna happen.
you can't, there's no, yeah, there might be, I might be wrong, but like, I'm thinking like my way, like if I want to get to 3 million, I don't think we could do it with my current staff. I don't think we would, I think we'd be overwhelmed. I think
Yep.
we could get there, but we're going to have to add a couple more people or change up the efficiency of what we're doing in the long term. But like, it's really opened up the way that like you look at the money and you think, oh, I want to get to $1 million. Well, there's only two of y'all in your business. How you gonna
Yeah.
get? There's only so much you can do in a day. Have you timed out? Have you job costed? Have you timed out how long it takes you to complete one job in a day? Well, there's only 52 weeks in a year. Based on $1 million, you have to work for 3 years, you know? So things like that, she can change it for you. I encourage you, go get the free meeting and just find out. Again, she's
That's
got to
it.
learn more and see if it's a good fit.
Yeah. And that one meeting, you're gonna either come away fired up. I guarantee that you will.
Yeah.
I don't see you coming away from that meeting like, yeah, I'm not dealing with Annette. I'm done with her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see any negativity coming from it. It's all going to help your business. It's whether you want to put the time, the money.
Right. If you want to be committed.
Yeah, if you want to commit.
And one of the things too about the money thing is, Lisa always says this. She says you can't afford not to.
Yes.
Because for a long time I think that was the mindset. and then once you get over the hump and you see the investment and the growth that comes from it, it's like, you're a believer. You can't afford not to.
Yes. You got people taking deposits and giving it away to charities because multiple people are in their inboxes and they're giving away their operating money and they don't even know it.
Yeah.
People spend the money. You literally probably could take your Starbucks order every meal and give it to Annette and that pay for her service if you multiply it down to 3. I didn't do the math, so don't quote me on that.
Yeah, but we've all got those dumb purchases we make that are way overpriced that we could probably put them elsewhere
Yes.
that benefit us.
Yeah.
And it'll pay for itself in the long run.
Yeah, heck
100%. So Annette, Together For It, please go like and share her page.
Yeah, go to her page.
Go find her. Annette, what's one of the biggest struggles since you started a business? We got about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
Do we?
What would be like one of the biggest struggles since
Oh,
you
yeah,
started your
'cause the
business?
intro.
So the marketing, because I didn't have to do them. I mean, I had to sell people on my ideas, but I never had to do marketing the way, we do it now. And, like I said, recently discovering how to read those numbers has been a game changer for me. So
I have one question. Do you have coaches?
I do. I have a coach.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a marketing coach.
Okay, so the
I just
coach
want to
has
let
a
you know
coach.
coaches are valuable.
Yeah.
A coach needs a coach, needs a coach.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I
Wow.
watch, Georgia, they have coaches that coach the coaches.
Yep.
They're not on the field, but they
Yeah.
do get in a meeting that they coach each other.
Yeah.
So,
Which that's wild. And
Yeah,
they're coaching
coaches-
the best players in the country
yeah.
who
And the
don't need a
best
lot of
coach
coaching.
in the country is being coached.
Right,
Yeah.
so that's wild. Coaching.
I
Isn't
mean-
that wild?
That is
Yeah,
wild.
I think so.
So Annette has a coach.
Well,
Yeah.
and I have, because I have blind spots too. Not
Right.
only, I have coach, but I also have people in my life. Like Drake's really good because he's great with marketing.
Yep.
He's really good about telling me, you got to put yourself out there. Scotty's really good at helping me to see, when I'm in the right mood.
Damn.
Whoa, wow.
I don't know if Annette's ever met Scotty before.
No,
Who's y'all's marriage coach? No,
Yeah, y'all got a marriage coach.
We're going to skip that. Cut that, Keaton.
Damn.
Can.
We're live.
Oh.
No,
We
but
believe
no,
that.
he's a good coach too. Scotty's a really good coach.
He is. And I'm going to help y'all with the marketing. We're going to get together and again, it's a hard thing to do because you are so smart, but you're not going to say I'm so smart.
No.
Yeah.
But you should say it because you're the best. And you
I'll
just
say it. She's
Yeah.
brilliant.
yes.
Brilliant.
We got a big one up here. Who wants to read it?
I believe in Annette. No doubt in my mind, truthfully, I am in the mindset of can't afford, but also understand I can't afford to not have it.
Yep.
I'm almost
How do you
ready
know-
to jump. I made a lot of major budgeting cutbacks, and it's just a matter of time. Caleb, the first meeting's free, bud, so you got to
What?
spend
And
$0.
let me ask you
I-
this.
Because
Because we haven't talked numbers. Why does Caleb think he can't afford it?
It's a mindset. I think everybody thinks they can't
No,
afford
I
coaching.
couldn't afford it. I mean, you look at your number.
Can't afford
If
what?
your number,
We didn't even say a price. It could
We
be
haven't talked
$5 a
numbers
month.
yet.
Not
Yeah.
saying it's $5 a
think
month.
I'm-
Not setting y'all
No.
up for. But we didn't even say a
It
number.
could be $1 million, but we don't know that we
Eh,
can
okay,
afford it.
okay. Can we try an exercise? We got 9 people on here.
All 9 of you, come on, exercise.
I'm gonna
with
try
us.
something. What do y'all think coaching costs if you don't have coaching right now?
Is
And
it
I'd like to
monthly?
see in the chat,
Monthly?
yeah. And
What do you
Annette,
think the monthly price for a
maybe ask an anonymously. God,
Shit, dude.
ask in the group in a Facebook networking community group. What do you think that business coaching costs?
Yeah, like for a
Yeah,
coach.
get some
Yeah.
feedback.
I'll start. I'll throw
Our
one out there
producer
'cause
said
I don't
eight-
know.
throw it out there.
Said $7.99.
Okay, for a
$7.99
month.
Oh, Caleb already had the free meeting.
Yeah.
I
Oh
threw that one
dang,
out
Caleb, my bad, dog.
Okay, so that's what I guess $12.99, 1,200, 1,300.
Caleb, it's good that
Okay.
you're committed to your business, and that you want to make it better, and that you want to make it better for your customers. It's okay if you don't have the money yet. You said it right. Work on your budget to
Yep.
create enough money so you can receive coaching. But once you receive it, you'll start gaining more
And let me
money from it.
Yeah, and let me just tell you right now, so I have the one-to-one program that, that's probably more on the higher range of what a lot of people are saying. But we have this group program that, because it's in the beta right now, and I want to get feedback from at least 10 business owners to go through it. Right now, I think we're sitting at like 5 or 6 that are going through it right now, or that either they're in the group or they wanted the videos as a part of the one-to-one coaching as well. So but I want 10 people to go through it. So there's maybe 3-4 openings right now for the lower end of that, which is $2,000 for 6 months.
Wow. Oh, 2,000.
Okay. And then you can do payment plans. So I think that's like $335 a month. But there's not that many slots left, and it will go up after we do that.
And if you're currently in the thing right now, which I know there's some people are on here, please drop in there. I thought coaching was $500 a month. I don't know what we pay for it, but I just guessed.
But let me ask you this:
go ahead.
So if they sign, is it a contract? Is it a length? So when they sign up, how long are they signing up for?
So it depends on what's going on in their business, but typically it's a 12-week commitment. Okay. Because most business owners have enough of a problem to where it takes us 12 weeks to get there. Okay. And so the first thing that you get, when coming out of that call, is that high-level plan with your goals, and then we also have a plan for each week of how we're going to get there.
So 12 weeks, that's 3 months. So you're committed to what, $1,200? Worst case, is that right?
Well, right now it's at it's $247 a week. So over a course of
I got you.
3 months, it would be
more than that.
Like,
sorry,
I think around 2,000.
But still,
but it's 100% worth it. Yeah,
it's a lot less.
It's
than
like $1,000 a month.
Okay,
I think
I could sell half a job and pay for it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now couldn't pay for it before. Sorry, I'd spend $2,000 doing the job before Annette.
So Caleb says he doesn't think he could afford you right now. Do you think that one phone call you might be able to give him a tidbit to get him to where he could possibly afford you?
He already had the meeting.
Okay, shit.
We didn't get him there, but no, I think he is there. I think maybe he's just like he just said, "I'm almost ready." Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and we can definitely have another call. I think the call that we had, he was really just looking for information. Okay. But we can definitely have more discussion, and he wanted to think about it before we went any further.
Which is smart.
For sure.
I mean, I have
smart,
to think
Caleb.
about everything.
Let me get Keaton. No, you're a 7, dog. You move fast.
No, I don't.
5.
7.
What about?
No, I'm kidding. So Keaton said Drake clearly knows his numbers. Well, Keaton, when we have that much overhead, so I do know when I bid a job, it needs to be at 41% profit margins for me to make 31% profit margins. So when I estimate a job and I see it's at like 44%, I'm like, score. That's that 4% wiggle room when he says, well, could you do it for this? Sure can.
Sure can.
44%. Drop it down.
When you're talking an $80,000 job or whatever you just threw out there.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. But you have that wiggle room in there.
And that's part of what we teach in the program is how to price things.
Yes.
We talk about the whole, numbers thing. So it is packed with great information.
That's awesome. What did Howard say $1 million about?
How much coaching was?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good guess, Howard.
Well, Annette, one more time. How can they, would you like them to call your phone?
Absolutely.
So what's your number? Hit them with a number.
706-505-3190. I may not answer though because I am on the phone a lot with clients or I'm preparing for clients or something like that. But if you'll leave me a message, I'll definitely give you a call back.
Yes.
Yep. We're all busy.
Or you can text.
You should understand.
Or text.
Yeah, text is way easier.
She'll get to you. Yeah. Even our current clients text her and she'll get back to them faster than
Annette works very late, doesn't she, Scotty? All the time.
But she likes it. Yeah, I like playing Fortnite, right? To get my mind off things and I'm killing. Okay. But she's doing spreadsheets and stuff.
Good for her.
I know, isn't that crazy? That what she
crazy.
likes.
She loves it. So good for her.
That's even better.
Yep.
Yep.
How does Scotty get the foreplay started? He brings Microsoft Excel up on the projector. No, I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah.
I can bring Microsoft Excel.
That's
funny. Okay, yeah, it was a joke, Scotty.
Caleb, Keaton, just for the fun of it, can you throw that ChatGPT on there? See how much of it covers.
Caleb. We'll talk later, Caleb.
They don't even throw the whole thing up there. See how much it covers.
Caleb, all I can say is, bud, if you catch a break where you can just throw some money at it, Throw some damn money at it, dude.
It's hard, man.
You're going to lose the money either way unless it's a real benefit and you hit a home run and that changes your life and you become a millionaire from it. I expect my cut later. Drake Melhot, Pull Up Media, thank you for tuning in with Annette Blankenship Together Forward. We also owed Annette another episode because I ruined the first one.
Yeah.
We did pretty good with
We
this
did a
one.
test and measure. Strategy didn't work. We reeled it back in. We did a do-over.
And
we're
you
gonna do
know, I
another one.
thought, why don't we consider bringing on past guests too?
Yeah, why not?
Chris,
I'd love to have you back.
Said that on
Sure
live,
shot.
should I?
Yeah, you got multiple present guests and never been on that are pissed at. We just got deleted for more.
Again.
Listen, if you're tired of making 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, and you want to make more, Annette with Together Forward. Call her, implement things. She cannot do it forward. It will be she cannot do it for you, but it'll be a team effort. Get with her. She can change your life.
No doubt.
Do y'all have anything to add before we wrap it up?
Just have a good weekend, y'all. Enjoy it, and Monday, let's get to it.
Thank you for everybody viewing.
Let me say this.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for letting me come on again.
Yeah, thank you.
I saw Morgan Wallen last night, only to find out he's coming on 2 nights in a row.
Tonight, yeah.
He can't make it to tonight's show, so we did.
Shows canceled. For real?
Yes.
They canceled it?
Canceled
Why?
it. He said he powered through last night.
He was sick or something?
You know he may drink too much.
All right,
he's
that's
canceled
crazy.
tonight, so shout out to Morgan Wallen for he's going to come on the show. We should have had him on the show. But
Jelly Roll out here sweating in the humidity, and Morgan Wallen can't show up.
Can't tough it out.
Jelly Roll's okay. Well, I'm glad you had fun.
Thank y'all together.
Anyway,
anyway, sorry. Thank you
Annette,
for tuning in. Together Forward. Annette's ready for me to end this. The introvert in her.